Greetings and welcome back to another episode of the Crime Family Chronicles. Video just went ahead and cut off. But yeah, like I was saying, you think I'm concerned about your crocodile tears? You standing up there and you did that to that brother who's no longer in there. Y'all know I already talked about him actually on some of the other videos or whatever. He's the brother who's from Philadelphia. He came into all that money. And he's the one who you sold, that service code leader sold the church house to, that was in Atlanta. Yeah. And like I said, you know, it's not about, it's about protecting those children, because I just wish that all could get on up out of there. If I could just scoop them all up, I would. And I'm talking about those children. And I wish I could have sat here and got that, the disabled sister who done transitioned on up out of there too. I really do. Because they will come to my mind. And them children, they still come to my mind. Sure do. Because you're a predator. You're a predator, chief of the terrorists. You're a predator, nigga bum one. You're a predator, service code leader. Yeah, you the main predator in there. You the main one. And like I said, I'm not going to rest. I'm not going to stop. Anything I hear about, I'm putting it in, and I'm putting it on out there. You let something else happen to one of those children in there. You let something else happen. As soon as I hear about it, I'm putting in a report to DFACS, CPS. I sure am. I'm not playing. Whatever I hear about in there that's criminal activity, I'm reporting it. I've been saying, exposing you. No, I've been reporting you as a criminal. That's what I've been doing with all this, reporting you and your crime family and your minions, your flying monkey officers, and Tiny Tim, keyboard man, one who got to up here and use that step ladder to get up on that stool to play that keyboard. Yeah, all y'all. The one who's in there, the female in there who faked, like she was the woman who's from Texas who really got into the accident, the automobile accident. Yeah, you too. Yeah, all that. And that's one that I got a pen in, because I got to get the rest of that information. And I'm going to get it. And whenever I do, I'm putting it in, because there's no statute of limitations on fraud. None. You're messing with federal agencies. The United States Corporation, which they call the government. But yeah, I'm not going to get in there. I just keep it all simple. But yeah, these are federal agencies of that. That's talking about you talking about going to federal prison. They give you time for that. FBI crimes. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Like I said, when he wired that money across state lines, that is wire fraud. Because that money for that accident that was, and how it was done, and how he got more money, and how that female who's in there, in that service code right now, because I'm not calling them brothers and sisters who's sitting in there because they, doing that stuff. No, you're not my brother, you're not my sister. Not at all. That female who faked, like she was that woman down there in Texas. Yeah, she gonna get it. And that woman down there in Texas, she accepted that. She should have not accepted that. She accepted that money. She's in trouble too. She should have went with her first mind. When he came and said, yeah, I put that money in bank account. What are you talking? I'm sending it back, and then should have reported it. See, you become accessories to crimes that you know about somebody doing criminal activity. All y'all sitting in there and everything, and they've been doing criminal activity, a nefarious of things, criminal activity, and you just sat back, you've been part of it, or you didn't report it, and your name come up, it's listed. You accessory to that crime. Yeah. That's why I said Divine Spirit had to sit me down. Because I said I never knew about any criminal activity going on when I was in there doing that work. Talking about being assistant secretary. I didn't know about any nefarious activities going on, and I sure enough wasn't involved in none of that. You see what I'm saying? See, I got to come on here and explain all that, and I don't mind. That's why I'm going to keep on making these videos, because not everybody knows about the law. And you don't know who I know in my personal life. Social services, oh yeah, I got somebody who been in my personal life. A relative, matter of fact, a couple of relatives. One in particular been a licensed clinical social worker for over 20 years and been in actually over 25 years for that. Yeah. But then being in social services pushing 35 years. Know all about it. Could get all the reports to me, everything from different states. Because what they have their licensure. And then another one. And then I got somebody else who got a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and know about the law, and they have a business concerning the law. See, you don't know. Like I said, you don't know who you done fuck with. You done fuck with the wrong ones. And I'm speaking for me and the rest of my brothers and sisters who gone from up out of there, who been supporting me, who are supportive of me. And I appreciate it. I really do. But like I said, I'm on a mission. This right here, this is a mission that has been assigned to me from divine spirit of my ancestors. And I know that for a fact. I know it for a fact. Because I did not ask for this. I didn't want it. Like I said, I moved on and everything. And I'm still moved on. But I'm reporting a criminal. That is what I'm supposed to do. I know someone who's committing a crime and I'm not reporting it. Yeah, I'm supposed to report criminals. Yeah. I'm not going to sit back, like I said, just because you got that title up there. Who are you? And you think you above divine spirit. You think you the supreme being. Yes, you do. Them folks in there, they sit up here and they worshiping you. They not worshiping what you call the most high, Yah. They not worshiping. No, they worshiping you. It's all about you. Self-gain. It's all about you. Your inflated ego. It's all about you. Your image. Everything about you and nothing about them except for degradation, humiliation, embarrassment, being joked on, laughed at, talked about like dogs. But like I said, them grown folks in there, whatever. I'm concerned about those children. And I've always had that concern. And that disabled sister who rest her soul, she has transitioned. And I'm still concerned about those children because there's still some in there. You don't give a fuck about them, and I done already went through that, and it's the truth. You don't, and you know it. Your crime family, your minions, your flying monkeys, all of y'all. This is a cesspool in there, a ring of fraud, and like I said, fraudulent activity. It has no statute of limitations. What you did with that, with that 501c3. Money out of them, the bank accounts for a 501c3 money, yeah, that is not. That's not what you're supposed to do. You using that money for personal gain, like I said, that $75,000 transportation broker bond that you had to pay for, yeah, that's like I said, that's a big one. And then, like I said, the other ones with them deceptive fundraising practices and improper, because when you, and also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, when you have a fundraiser, when a 501c3 tax exempt organization has any type of fundraiser, they're supposed to open up a special bank account that's only for those fundraising funds for that particular fundraiser. So let's just say they have two fundraisers going on at the same time. Give this example. One, let's just say dental office. They want to purchase a dental office and actually, go into dentistry or whatever. All right, like how he stood up here and said over there at that funeral home building, they were supposed to open up in a bank, a separate bank account just for the dental office fundraising. Okay, let's say that they had a school, they want to go ahead, they want to start, okay, we want to start homeschooling these children who are in here, and it's going to be right here at this with this this circus cult, in this circus cult, which he said over there, he had a fundraiser for it when we was in that funeral home. That was supposed to be another separate bank account for the fundraising of the school. Also, when a 501c3 tax-exempt organization, when they have fundraisers, they're supposed to be given updates. They're supposed to, a lot of times, they're supposed to actually be given updates, and usually they do it like on a monthly basis, and then also have a chart to show what the goal is and where they're at, and shade it in. Some of y'all have seen where the actually organizations have done that. That's because they're tax exempt organizations like United Way, Salvation Army. Those are larger tax exempt organizations, but yeah, they have to, if they have fundraisers, they have to do that. And each and every one, doesn't matter if they large, big ones, or small, or in between size. They all have to go by the same standard that the IRS has set forth for fundraising practices for tax exempt 501c3 tax exempt organizations. Doesn't matter if they're religious organizations, doesn't matter if they're charity, it does not matter their status as far as for what category, what type of organization they are. They all have the same standard. And I'm putting these on this video so I can go ahead and have that information out. So what information I'm putting out is not pertinent. That's very pertinent to know. That's very important to know. So y'all, if you donating to, different organizations and stuff, yeah, it's your right. A tax exempt organization, 501c3, it's your right to ask and see that 990 form. That's talking about with the bank accounts, what money they have, where it's being dispersed and all of that. And if they refuse, you can get on that 13909 form, click that box where it says where you requested the 990 form, you refuse, and you can go ahead, fill out that information and submit it on to the IRS, and they will be notified. That complaint form, that 13909 form, and that's for any 501c3 tax exempt organization. It's not just religious. Like I said, charity organizations, where they give some, give like social services, but they tax exempt. Anyone that has a 501c3. Yeah, baby, I know all about it. Like I said, if I don't know it, I'll research it. And if I gotta go, because like I said, I have a lot of resources. And when I talk about resources, I'm talking about folks who work in these different areas. If I can't find it out myself, and I know something in my personal life, and they know about this or whatever, I'll contact them. Yeah, sure do. Sure do. Like I said, you don't know anything about me. Sure don't. You don't know who's in my personal life. Who's backing me that's in my personal life. And yeah, I got brothers and sisters who gone from up out of there who's backing me, very supportive, and they give me information and everything. And I'm going to come back on this camera, and I'm going to sit up here, and I'm going to slap it down, whatever you think you doing up in there. See, scrambling. And I know you scrambling. I know you are. And like I said, you get up there and you run your mouth on me or any of them brothers and sisters who left from up out of there. And like I said, I'm going to come back on this camera every time. I'm going to bring the smoke to you. Because like I said, I want you to get up there in front of them folks who's still sitting in there, them silly members, and you explain all this to them. Try to explain all this. Explain this. How I have detailed information that I done sit up here and sent in to the IRS about that tax exempt organization, the criminal activity going on in there, also with you, your taxes, with your tribe, your crime family, then with their taxes and your business taxes, fraudulent, PPP loans, fraudulent. I didn't contact the bank. I talked to that branch manager on the phone. This was on Monday of this week. On the phone, I talked with him. Sure did. Got the whole long email detail, sent it to the CEO of the bank, and also to him, the branch manager of that location where you went to get those 2 loans that you have on that raggedy ass dump of a building that you sitting in. Huh? Yeah. I sent it to the CEO of the entire bank. They got to protect their asset. They got to protect that's theirs. You haven't paid off that building. Like I said, you talking about the people, talking about the members, talking about the supporters who've been putting in, us who's gone. Like I said, we have an investment. The ones of us who's gone, we invested in that. Sure enough, sitting there, you haven't that building's not paid off. It's got 2 mortgages on it. 2. Like I said, I have detailed information. I just don't sit up here and type up no two words. 2 sentences and turn it. No, I'm talking about detail. You sit up here and get on me for sitting up here and sending you a text, or sending you emails and stuff. Talking about, this, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's because you can't read. That's because you can't read. That's why. And if you can read the little bit or whatever, you can't comprehend what you've read. Because it doesn't make any sense if you just reading, but you can't comprehend. You have to get an understanding of what you've read. Comprehension is reading and comprehension. That got to go hand in hand for it to be what? Effective. You got to have reading and comprehension skills. Yeah, with your stupid, dumb, retarded, idiotic, you an imbecile, you are inept, you are incompetent, you are incorrigible. Now get on up there and say them terms. You'll pull out the dictionary and you'll have that whore of yours sit up here and read you. Go over it over and over and over again so you can get up there and try to use it try to use those words in the right context. Yeah, you sit up there and have that whore of yours sit down and take tests, and you even told us about it. Yes, she did, circus cult leader. You stand up there and talk about it. Yeah, if she had to get a license for real estate agent, or if y'all had to get some type of license or something for your business or whatever, you would sit up there and have her study it and take the test. And that's why her name on them businesses, because her name's on them business along with yours, but her name is on there because a lot of times if it has to be licensure, have a license or something like that, and you have to take that test, she's the one, and that licensure goes in her name, so her name has to be on the business that license goes to. I know you, nigga. I know you. And you the one who sat up here and created this web of deception around yourself. Well, what's that saying? What's that saying? Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we what? When we first practice to deceive. Yeah, that's you. That's you. You done sit up here and you done webbed yourself on in, and I just done sit up here and come through and cemented it. Yeah, by putting these reports in, I'm just reporting a criminal. I'm not exposing. I mean, yeah, me getting on here, but I'm reporting a criminal. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I sure am. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I know somebody who committing a crime. I'm supposed to report you. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Sure am, and I'm not going to stop either. I'm not stopping. Not at all. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get on when I sat up here and talked to the one good sister who left on her from out of there. And I'm so glad that she did. She never moved there, but she became a member. She's from the Midwest, had 2 little children, a boy and a girl, and she was married. Her husband never came in there, which I'm so glad he didn't. And I'm glad she went on about her business. She's from the Midwest. She used to come down there for them funky feast days, stay in her own hotel and everything. And I'm going, because I spoke with the good sister and everything. And we had a wonderful conversation, which I spoke with her after I got on up out of there, and she was one of the ones who was checking on me. She asked me, she said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Are you okay?" Well, how you used to come down on me? Hard, boy. You used to come down hard on me. I took the brunt of it. Of all the sisters, I took the brunt of your abuse, your verbal abuse, your humiliation that you ever put off on me, your embarrassment, all that, degrading me, all that. But anyhow, I spoke with her. And I'm so glad she's doing well and everything. And this is something I'm glad that these young ones, these children, these young are getting on away from there, and some who never had to sit up and go through a lot, sitting there and you know that were not in there a long time and everything. But let me go ahead and let me say this. You manipulate folks in there. And I'm gonna give this example. Okay, this good sister now, you manipulated that mother who done transition now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The mother who transitioned. We've only had 2 in there, and the one's still in there. But the one who's transitioned, when this sister was a member in there, you manipulated that mother to send her clothes. Now, these are these mothers' clothes, her own clothes or whatever. And I remember you stand up there talking about this sister and the way how she would come in there dressed. And wasn't nothing wrong with her dressing. She was clean. Her clothes were clean and pressed. Her children were clean, had on clean clothes, pressed clothes. You did that. You sent it. And she told me about it when I got out of there back in 2016. When I talked to her back in 2016, she told me. And then we went back over it just when I just now recently talked to her again. You had her send those clothes to her home because you had her address. You had the member's address and everything from out of town and stuff. You had her send. You manipulated her and sending her own, some of her own clothes or whatever. I guess she didn't really wear them or whatever. To her. That sister sent those clothes with a letter to that mother, addressed to that mother, back to the address from which that she sent that package, the return address. You always doing something like that. Let me say this, if you thought that sister wasn't coming in there dressed properly and she never did wear anything tight, revealing anything, I guess it just wasn't your taste. I'm sure that's what it was. It just wasn't your taste of clothing. Everybody has their own style, but you want to control everything, though. Anyhow, if you did not like the way how that sister was coming in there dressing, you could have talked to that sister one-on-one. And you could have said, you know, sister, you know, I'm you know, with the clothing or whatever, I'm going either one or 2 things. You could have told her, stop sending your money and buy a new wardrobe, or I'm going to take money and I'm going to get you with one of these sisters in here, a mother. You could have did it with that mother. I'm going to get you with mother so-and-so. And when you come down here, you know, I'm going to give you $500, you know, whatever amount, you know, for you to go get some, you know, for you to go get some clothes and the mother going to go with you. You did that with me. For me helping a sister, when she's still sitting in there, she's the one who's married to the one you was talking about can't count. He tearing up the desk back there trying to count out the money that he owed to because he was like, cause he can't count. Yeah, with the little son, the little boy that they had, you finally put them together. You finally let them, you know, when I say put them together, you finally let them get married, went ahead and married them. Yeah, you did that. You had me go with her, and she knows I'm not lying. You had me go with her to get clothes, but she spent her own money. But yeah, help select clothes, pick out clothes for her. It's a way that you do things. I've helped a lot of those members. Some still sitting there, some gone, with different things. Have never told anybody. Helped with the dressing, talked about their hygiene. Spoke with some of them sisters. Yeah, sure enough. Yes, I did. Help with, even bought some clothes. Even bought wardrobe For one, she no longer in there. She gone from up out of there. Y'all know the one, because the one brother, he used to, and the reason why I'm laughing, one brother that's gone with the barbershop that you sued, but he won. Yeah, he used to tease me all the time and say, yeah, that's your niece, because she was staying with me. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. Wardrobe. I bought that. I didn't tell anybody that information and didn't buy any cheap stuff either. That's me from my heart. I see somebody, I'm not standing up there and talking about it. I never went to you and told you. Yeah, you sit up here in your mind, you seen how well she was dressing and everything. And yeah, you came to that conclusion, but you never heard it out of my mouth that I was sitting up there we would go JCPenney, we would go to Macy's. Yeah, sometimes we go to Ross, but them high-end stores, yeah, that's how I roll. For real. Quality. For real. And I get it. Not everybody can afford that or whatever. Even you go to Walmart. As long as you sit here and you wash your funky, nasty ass, which, and I'm just saying that like that. Keep it clean, but you got an officer in there who don't do that per her husband. But I'm saying, as long as you keep your body clean and as long as your clothes are clean and pressed, there ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Where you get your clothes from. Like I said, you sit or go to Walmart, but I'm just saying. But you sit here and you do that. You embarrass people. I'm sure that was very embarrassing to that sister. And then you simply trying to, at that time, get folks to leave their spouses when they weren't in there. And I remember that funky feast when her husband came with her. Her husband came with her. And their two children. And they was looking for you because her husband wanted to talk with you about that. About, why are you teaching it? My wife is telling me that she's going to have to leave me because I'm not in your organization. Couldn't find you. You was in your office over this funeral home now. A lot of y'all remember this. Remember what I'm saying? Couldn't find you. You was back there hiding in your office. Now, we had the funky feast. You used to come out there and used to eat, be sitting up there to run your mouth over, and all this and that. Out there in one of them dining rooms, because we had dining room A and dining room B in that funeral home. We had two separate dining rooms. You turn them rooms into dining rooms. You sure did. And you would be out there. And they couldn't sit there and find you. Why when you sit there and greet your guests is coming in? You knew that man was coming to talk to you. And like I said, you shroud and cowered away when a man come to you, or 100% grown man come to you. And he wasn't coming, he wasn't disrespectful or anything, because I was cordial with him, greeted him, and, of course, the sister who was in there and everything. Sure enough, and they were looking for you, and they stayed there for a while. They sat and ate and everything. And you never did come up out that office. You was hiding back there in that office of yours over there at that funeral home. And I wanted to go ahead and just put that on out there. And I know I went over on this video, but I am going to be back with another video. But until that time, I'm signing out.